and welcome to our public animal feeding spotlight. Today we're going to feed our fish in our large tank here. So our animal care intern Girella will be feeding, and I will be introducing you to all of our fish friends here. So some of the fish we have in here are these guys here. There's two of them. They are Kelp Bass. These are all native to Southern California. And what we're feeding them is a combination of squid, krill, and capelin. This big fish here, that one is a half-moon fish. You can find them out in the Kelp Forests. We also have this little green guy here is an Opaleye. They're called Opaleyes because they have a little white spot right on their back there. Opaleyes, actually, when they're young, they grow up in tide pools. So if you go tide pooling, you might be able to see young Opaleye. And then when they get big enough, they go out to sea. We also have down here a California spiny lobster. These lobsters are a little different from the ones you might see in restaurants. These don't have those big pinchy claws. They use their spines for protection. He's very excited for lunch. The kelp bass tend to like the capelin fish better than the squid and krill. So sometimes they'll wait until there's a fish and swoop up on it. If you want to just give a whole big blob of stuff in there, and they can go for it. He's trying to eat it sideways. So in this tank, we also have some sea stars. We actually have two different kinds of sea stars in here. We have the giant spined star. We have two of those. And we have one ochre star, which is the purple one. You can't really tell from this angle that these purple, but and we feed them mussels. I don't know if any of you have ever tried to open a mussel, but it's very difficult to open. They're called mussels because they're quite strong, and they have muscles that hold the two ends of their shell together. But the sea stars are very strong, and once they get enough of their little suction cup feet on there, they can actually rip open the mussel. And once they've ripped open the mussel, they will actually take their stomach outside of their body and put their stomach into the mussel to eat the contents. Sea stars are very interesting animals. They are capable of regrowing their limbs. So if you cut off an arm, they will regrow it. They have a hydraulic system. Hydraulics are very strong. That's how they can, he's got it fine. Oh. And so it's basically a very strong system of hydraulics. If you put it on the end of his arm, he might just kind of find it. Oh yeah, it's a little far. Maybe try, can you reach down this far? Just get your arm a little wet. There, just hold it right there in the corner. Sea stars actually have 5 eyes. They have an eye at the end of each of their arms, and they're not eyes like ours that are really complex and can see different shapes and colors and recognize things. They're basically just very simple eyes that can see light and dark, so they can tell the time of day and if there are things above them like predators. As you can see, he's moved a little bit closer to the center of his body. Their stomach is in the center of their body there. And they're not the fastest movers, but they are actually predators since they eat other animals. Mussels are animals. So it takes quite a bit of time for them to open the mussel and eat it. If you just drop it near him, he'll find it. They can smell the mussels in the water. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section, and we'll be sure to answer all your questions. As an update, you may know we are currently closed to the public, but we definitely still need to feed our animals and maintain our staff. So we are welcoming donations of any kind. Unfortunately, right now we can't take volunteers because we can't have groups, but any way you can donate would be greatly appreciated. And we hope you can join us next week for our next Spotlight Animal Feeding. Thank you and have a great day.